B.E.A. family, what is happening? Very special video today I've been wanting to make. I made one regarding this topic a few years ago. If you hadn't caught it, hopefully you understand this one, and hopefully it moves you to do this certain thing that I'm going to talk about. The title of this video today is Why I Enjoy Doing Things and Traveling Alone, on my own, right? And I know a lot of people may think I'm crazy as to why I'm saying that, but let me explain. I've gotten a lot of people throughout the times where I've traveled alone. This is probably 6 or 7 years now where I've been doing a lot of things on my own. If I'm not in a relationship or if I'm not, going out with my friends, which obviously I do have those certain parts of my life as well. But there's the alone part that I'm going to talk about right now, right? So now I have been to maybe 10 or more places totally alone, completely alone, right? I've went to out of the country twice: Jamaica, Mexico, San Diego, Austin, Texas, Charlotte, Jacksonville. Am I saying this to get applauded or to try to be impressive? Absolutely not. I'm saying this because I want to be living proof that it is totally normal and okay to experience and learn and do things on your own. Truthfully. It really, really is. I am living experience. I'm speaking to you right now. I know that there's people out there that think it may be so odd to go out certain places alone, to go to a restaurant, go to the movies, go to the mall, go to a vacation alone, right? I felt that way years and years and years ago, right? And then I finally decided, you know what? I'm not going to wait for a perfect moment, because that perfect moment isn't going to come, and then I'm going to blink and I'll be 40 with 2 kids and a beautiful wife. And then what kind of opportunity do I have then, right? To explore and be a wanderer, so to speak, right? So I do my best to take advantage of these moments while I can. With that being said, it's hard to get someone to go with you, right? Certain places, and it's hard the whole process is difficult, right? So I've learned that, and I learned that people are not on the same schedule as me. Of course, the world doesn't revolve around me or them or just one person. People have different commitments, different situations that they're in, right? So as I've grown to know this, I've realized that if I wait for a perfect moment or if I wait for a right situation, the chances are it's probably not going to happen. So I took that into consideration and I forced myself. I want to capitalize that word, forced, because it wasn't easy at first. The beginning stages 5 or 6 years ago, I wasn't, I guess, fulfilled with going alone to these places, to certain places. But I went, right? And I chose to do these things because I don't want to look back on my life and say, what if, right? I want to make that as minimal as possible. Obviously, I feel like we might all have that certain thought process as we do grow older, but I want it to be as minimal as possible, that list of what ifs. So I want to do as much as I can in the now, right? To feel fulfilled, to feel happy, truly, right? And learn new things, experience new things. And if that takes me going places alone to learn, to grow, to discover new things, I absolutely, without hesitation now, do it. It's second nature. I'm booking a flight. Let's go. I'm out. I meet people along the way on these vacations, on these trips. I engage in all these activities. I learn the culture of this environment, of this country or state that I'm visiting. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. What I'm trying to say here is you will learn a lot about yourself along the way if you take the initiative and travel and go places on your own. Truthfully, you will. I have learned a greater sense of self-respect, responsibility, awareness, trustworthiness. Believe it or not, it is all crazy, right? Because you don't realize it, but when you're with a group of friends or a group of family members, when you go to these things, obviously you're not totally on your own, right? So when you're on your own, who's going to help you get through a situation, right? You and you, right? You have to be totally dependent on yourself, right? With that being said, there is a certain amount of self-confidence and dependence and reliance that comes with that. And you will grow along the way as you challenge yourself throughout these trips or different things that you may do on your own, right? So I highly, highly encourage you to go places alone if you don't have that person to join you, right? And even if you do, I still highly recommend you to do things on your own when you can. You learn so much about yourself, and you learn so much about the world, but more importantly, about yourself along the way. I promise you guys. The thing is that you need to make every decision, right? When you're out on your own, right? So you hold yourself accountable toward having a great time, right? If you're on vacation. Therefore, you're 100% in charge, right? And you may not always feel that way if you're out with friends, if you're out with family members, right? Which that's all fine and dandy. That's always great to do, right? Socialize, have fun with friends, have fun with family members. Of course, I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying learn to explore yourself, right? Within yourself, and then take it places, right? As you are in these certain environments and places, these unfamiliar situations and unfamiliar environments, you're looking around, your brain is growing, your soul feels like it's being nourished and replenished. It's an unbelievable feeling when you go out and experience these things. A big thing that I want to explain to you is that I don't like letting someone else's decision or inactivity or inability to determine how much enjoyment I am going to have throughout my life. Let me explain that. If you want to go on a certain vacation that you've been dying to go on, right? But you can't really find someone to go to and you don't go, I'm sorry, but that's your fault. That's 100% your fault, right? Because why are you putting your enjoyment or potential, amazing time into someone else's hands, right? Just because he or she is saying that they can't go, they can't afford it, this and that, which is totally fine. But why is that getting in the way of you having fun? Why is that getting in the way of you learning, of you discovering, of you experiencing new things? These are the things that you have to think about when you decide on staying home or anteing up and going. Because now, like I said, guys, it's second nature to me when I go to these places, right? When I want to go, I go. No hesitation, no questions asked. I'll be honest with you, I don't care what people think about me if I am doing these things alone. But I don't even think like that anymore. I meet all these amazing people when I'm out doing what I'm doing on vacations, on trips, etc. So what I want to say to wrap it up is that in conclusion, right? When I'm older and gray, God willing, I realize right now that the fear that you may have of what people may think of you traveling alone or going places alone, this and that fear, think about that, okay? But then think about the fear that you will have when you're old and gray and you're thinking of the things that you once wanted to do but you never got around to doing simply because someone else couldn't go with you. Think about, on a balance beam here, what's going to outweigh what, right? People maybe, questionably, maybe thinking, oh, who's that weirdo over there by himself or herself? Or when you're 70 and 80 years old and, you can't do it at that age, you're thinking to yourself, wow, I really, really wish I could have did that. I really wish I could have discovered more on my own and explored certain things throughout the world, by myself, if that is what it took for me to go out and explore and learn and grow. So I want you to think about that, guys. I, in no way, shape, or form, want to be in that aspect or that situation in my life years and years down the road where I say, wow, I wish I could have did that. The what ifs. I want my what ifs to be as minimal as possible. That list to be as minimal as possible. Therefore, today is the day I hope it helped you. I hope you can take something from this and hopefully you will experience things on your own. If certain friends or family members can't go with you, that shouldn't be what stops you from having a great and wonderful time and overall wonderful and great life. So with that being said, I challenge you guys to do it. Just force yourself to do it. Start small if you have to. Do what you have to do. Learn about yourself as you are learning about the world around you. I wish you the very best. Leave a comment in the box below if you'd like. Subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this video, and give it a thumbs up as well. The more people who know about this information, hopefully will be the more people who learn and grow through these situations and can rely on themselves and trust themselves to, do what makes them happy ultimately. So believe, excel, achieve. God bless.